Hi and welcome to the show. Later we'll be joined by the lovely Becky James, who's going to be showing us a really clever die-cut wreath decoration using the Xcut XPRESS machine. But first I wanted to show you another project that Becky also created using the Express machine and the capsule collection Spots and Stripes Jewels. Now you can see this project in the latest issue of Creativity. In fact, it's on the front cover. And as you can see, she's used some beautiful bauble dies here, as well as some embossing. And those are both techniques we're going to see in the video coming up. Hi Becky, welcome along again.
Hi,
lovely
Katie.
to see you.
Lovely to be with you.
So you're going to be making us a lovely decoration today.
I am today. We are going to be making this mini cone wreath. And all of these cones are actually made using die-cut scallop squares, which I'm going to show you how to do with the new Xcut XPRESS
Very
machine.
exciting. It's the first time we've shown you the Express here on docrafts TV. We can't wait to show you everything it does. It's pretty fantastic.
The way this works, it's nicely packaged so that it all folds up nice and neatly.
It's got a really little footprint as well, hasn't it? So on
yeah.
your craft desk, it's not going to take up all your space,
Absolutely.
which is really good.
Absolutely. And the sides just open up like this.
Fantastic.
Right, now in here we actually have these plates and you just turn those round.
Lovely.
Underneath, before you pop them back in, there's a little bit that says unlock and you just push it over until it's nice and red. And then you pop these back in place. And they fit flat, and that gives you your flat surface now for doing your die cutting.
Now, as you can probably tell already, this is an A4 machine, so you can cut, see the size of the cutting plate, it's a nice big A4 plate, so you can cut loads of dies all in one go.
Now then, the way this works, it has quite a unique feature in that it has this little dial at the top which moves the roller up and down. So basically, you shouldn't need any extra shims when it comes to die cutting.
Yeah, this is all you need, isn't it? There's no extra sort of plates and bits and pieces and mats and all other things that you'll lose and forget what you need.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just adjustable to cut everything from little wafer thin dies like the Xcut nesting dies right up to those big thick dies that you can buy as well.
Yeah.
So it'll cut every brand.
That's it. So what we're going to do, set it up, base plate, and then you put your die on and you put the raised ridge upwards.
Okay.
Then you pop your card on top of that.
Fantastic.
And then you pop your cutting pad. Now then, what I need to do is now set this dial for the right height to cut that.
Okay.
And for this card, it's about 4.5. So I'm just going to twist it. There's actually an arrow on there, and you just twist it until it lines up with the number that you want.
Fantastic. Now, all the instructions for which number you need and what combination of plates do come with your machine, but we'll obviously pop that on the instructions for this project as well at docrafts.com.
Yeah.
So it's really simple to decide which number you want.
Yeah.
You haven't got to remember, have you?
But all you do, a bit like a mangle, you just roll it through. Keep going. You'll feel a little bit of extra pressure as it goes through, but that's fine. That's exactly what it does.
It's really easy to turn though, isn't it? It's not feeling like you need really big biceps.
It's got a really easy handle. And look, you can just see how easily that's cut out straight. No rolling it back and forward, just cutting straight out.
Perfect.
The next one I'm going to do is the paper. And actually, I'm popping 2 through this time round. Just because for this project you actually need a lot of the cones, so you do need a fair few of the cones. So it's exactly the same technique. All you do, pop that on there, pop your paper on the top as well, pop your cutting mat over.
Lovely.
Because this is paper, I'm just going to decrease it a little bit low, so I'm going down to about 4, and we'll just roll that through. And there you go, it's even gone through. Now that would be the same for one piece of paper, but it just shows you if you're doing a project like this where you need several things.
I reckon that could have cut even more layers as well.
Yeah. The next thing that we're going to do is I wanted to show you embossing as well.
Fantastic.
So I've got this little circle that I've cut, already die cut, and that's going to be part of the centre of the wreath.
Okay.
But it's very much the same, works in the same way. I'm going to pop my paper inside my embossing folder and pop that on my base plate. But this time, because this is much thicker, we need to raise that roller up a little bit. So I'm going to actually move it to 6.5.
Okay.
So having done that, we're just going to take that out.
Check that out.
You'll be able to see it's nice and nicely
fantastic.
embossed. A little bit later on, I'll just add a bit of ink so that you can define that
Beautiful.
embossing even further. So now we'll just go back to the main wreath and just show you how it's put together. I'm not going to decorate it at all, but we can have a chat about that later.
Perfect.
Now, as I say, all those little mini cones, they're made with these lovely scallop squares. The reason I chose this range to do this is because they're double-sided papers. So when you make that cone, you're going to have the lovely pattern on the outside, but also the pattern inside as well. So what we're doing, just to make these, all I do, I'm going to just give a little crease on the one corner. It helps you roll it up. And then I've just got my glue gun here and just put a spot of glue on there, twist it over, and there you go. And that's how simple they are to make. They are really, really easy.
That's so quick, isn't it? So once you've done your die cutting, this is going to go together really fast.
Absolutely. You're not going to need to do, you're not going to need to spend a lot of time putting these together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to start off the base layer of it. So that's where my card comes in. And what I've done is I've actually got one of the smaller dies here. I'm not going to use this to cut.
Okay.
This is where, your dies are really helpful with this sort of thing. I'm going to pop that in the centre and draw around it. And what that will do is give me a guideline where to stick the cones so that they're all evenly spread outside. So I haven't got some going in further towards the centre than others. So we'll just go around like that. And it's only a little pencil mark. Nobody's going to see it, but it just helps you out.
Good, good.
So to start this off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just add the cones. I'm just putting a little bit of glue down the base of a cone there. And then the way I like to do it to make sure that they're fairly evenly spread is I'll start off with one, perhaps at 12 o'clock. Yeah. And then I'll put the next one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
At 6 o'clock. So then the next one I'll put at about 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So, we'll work that way around. Okay, and so you just carry on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to this one, which is almost finished, as you can see. But on the back here, that's where all of them are stuck. And then what you do is you take the next layer on, putting them in between.
Oh, I see. So you haven't got to fill every tiny gap. No. You haven't got to worry about covering it up.
No, absolutely.
It's going to be hidden.
Because it's going to be hidden between the ones that come next. So now you can see you've got this lovely, it's almost like a star, isn't it?
It's lovely.
With the way it all goes together.
You could actually make it to go on the top of your tree as well, couldn't you?
Do you know what? You could very much so. You could do it look really beautiful. Beautiful. Right, next little thing I'm going to do, just get a scrap of paper under here. And I've got a bit of chocolate ink here just to carry on that vintage theme. And I'm going to take the circle that I embossed, and I just want to highlight that lovely embossed detail. So I'm just blending some ink over the top of it. So I'm just going to stick this in my centre piece, and I've cut a centre piece of scalloped circle that is just going to fit nicely
Getting
there.
your glue strands.
I know, I know. Right, we'll just pop that in the centre.
Lovely.
And then I'm just going to put a few blobs of glue. Again, you can use tacky glue if you want to, but I'm just going to put those in and press down just to get that to stick in the centre.
Perfect.
That's your base for your wreath. Very, very simple, but I think very effective.
It's absolutely beautiful.
So from there, really, I'll show you the little bits that I added. So in my centre bit, my centrepiece, that's actually one of the characters from the decoupage. So I've taken a layer out of the decoupage, the Winter Wishes.
Oh, you snuck a layer out, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a freebie layer.
Yeah, exactly. So I've pulled him out, and a little bit of a rose there as well, because I do like my paper roses, and lovely little gems just in the corner to give it a hint of sparkle. Then just to turn it over, because I like things finished off nicely, what I've done is I've covered that back plate with some matching paper.
It was just the just the plain on the back there previously.
So I've covered that with a lovely piece of matching paper. Got some lace here.
Beautiful.
Just attached the hanger and finished it off with a button.
Fantastic.
And there you go.
Fantastic. Well, if you're inspired to make some Christmas decorations or some decorations for any other occasion, we'd love to see what you've been making. So why not drop us an email with a picture of your project and the story behind it to tv@docrafts.com. And like we said earlier, don't forget you can pop along to docrafts.com to find all the instructions for this project. And obviously look out in coming weeks for more videos featuring the Xcut Express. Well, thank you so much for coming in and showing us what you can do with this lovely thing.
It's been a pleasure.
And thank you so much. And until next time, happy crafting.